Shout out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs.
I know I pissed a lot of people off, including you. But this is a full circle moment, everybody.
Yes.
Get into adult conversation. And Puffy, you had me speeding through numerous traffic lights, doing gunplay in a nightclub.
Okay, so Katt Williams is back in the game after the ish hit the fan. Katt revealed that Diddy destroyed the booming careers of many artists, including Wendy Williams. We all know that sometime back, Wendy used to have her own show, but lo and behold, things took a turn for the worst soon after she allegedly spoke out about Diddy. So, yeah, this rabbit hole goes further than that, and we are just about to break it down for you. 1. Katt Williams on Diddy. Y'all might know that recently, Diddy's 3 residences were raided by the authorities as a part of their veiled investigation against the OG rapper that resulted due to the slew of SA and ST allegations. Although Diddy tried to buy his way out of one, but when more and more alleged victims decided to come out, things got really bad for him. Under all these circumstances, an old interview of Diddy resurfaced that has people wondering if Katt was in on the long game of Diddy's downfall. Back in January, Katt made headlines when he made an appearance on Shannon Sharpe's podcast to unveil the evil workings of the industry. Believe it or not, that interview had so many layers that people are still trying to dissect it. Since Katt has been in the industry for quite some time, he dropped some major cryptic remarks that shook the industry to its core. While spilling the beans on Dave Chappelle's story, in which he turned a $50 million deal down, Katt revealed that people just assumed that Dave made a stupid decision, but that was actually the price he had to pay to save himself from Diddy clutches. The pimp explained that he also had to go through something similar to protect his integrity as well. He said,
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about.
Now you know how Diddy is famous for his parties that had the whole industry running wild? Well, allegedly, it was the secluded place where these types of nefarious deals were offered to people, and according to Katt, the fate of their careers was decided. PT, Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. Katt claimed that once he realized what kind of ish people had to do to get big deals, he made a vow to not follow their footsteps, and according to reports, he has stood firm in his decision. The comic wanted to get far in Hollywood, but wasn't willing to do the crazy acts some had to do to succeed. Katt revealed that he had receipts for all of his claims that he could show at the drop of a hat. Not to mention, the comedian may have also predicted Combs' run-in with the feds. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It doesn't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. In 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. Okay, so that's not the only prediction that came true for Diddy. You see, Katt even hinted that Diddy had a bad habit of looking at other people's women, and you might have noticed that people who had been working with Diddy have come forward revealing their own harrowing experiences with him. Tanika Ray, who was a TV host and one-time backup singer for Sean Combs, claimed that she had a horrific experience with the rapper that caused her to avoid him. Ray wrote in a social media post saying, "I just knew to avoid him at all costs. Yes, I danced for him and kept my space. I interviewed him for his projects and kept my space. Nothing that is happening is surprising." Following Ray's confession, Touré, a well-known journalist, revealed one of his own Diddy story. You see, during Touré's appearance on Joy Reid's program, he claimed that back in the day, he knew Diddy on a personal level, so he called Diddy up to ask for a favor. Touré explained that the incident happened about 10 or 12 years ago, when Touré called Diddy and explained the dire situation of a family member who desperately needed a job. Diddy agreed to help out. However, the job that could have seemingly helped Touré's family member get a photo into the entertainment industry mysteriously dried up after only 3 or 4 months. Touré claimed that he inquired with his family member regarding what had happened and why the internship had ended so abruptly, but they allegedly refused to speak about the matter. But the journalist went on to claim that years later, they finally came out and revealed that Puff had a condition of allegedly sleeping with him if they wanted to continue the job. He added that his family member refused to comply with Diddy's condition, so the job evaporated. Apart from that, Katt also alleged that he knew all the dirty things Diddy did while he was in a corner with other celebrities. He alluded that he knew many things other people didn't want him to know.
So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing?
You will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that.
2. Wendy Williams. One of Diddy's wrongdoings is Wendy Williams. Fans are begging for a Wendy Williams comeback after Sean Combs has been accused of a spate of SA and physical A allegations in multiple lawsuits. During Williams' media career, the queen of entertainment news and gossip, who has never shied away from addressing celebrity rumors, tried to raise the alarm about Combs. For those who don't know, Williams began working for New York City's Hot 97 radio station in 1994. At that time, the Bad Boy record label, which had been founded by Combs in 1993 as a joint venture with Arista Records, heralded talent like the Notorious Big, Lil' Kim, Maze, Faith Evans, and Total, who were constantly on radio rotation. Former Bad Boy president Kirk Burroughs said during an interview with the podcast The Art of Dialogue, Hot 97 launched around the time that Bad Boy launched. We came with records that helped the rotation to be fulfilled. However, during an episode of the radio show The Wendy Williams Experience that aired in 2009, Williams explained that her sources claimed that Combs had allegedly instructed members of Total, an all-female R&B trio, to fight her when she worked at Hot 97. She said, I got off the air one day, them Total B's were downstairs, and everybody upstairs at the radio station was looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down. Later on, Wendy explained that her boyfriend at the time prevented anything further from happening to her. You might be wondering, how did Wendy entangle herself in that mess? Well, in an interview, Burroughs detailed the East Coast-West Coast feud between Bad Boy and Death Row Records in the 1990s and Williams' involvement in it. Burroughs claimed that Combs' infant son and the boy's mother, Misa Hilton, were paid to take a picture with Combs' rival, Suge Knight, in order to allegedly sow seeds of betrayal in the opposition. He said, it got back to the East that Misa was there in the office and that Suge was meeting Justin Combs and possibly holding him in his arms, and that there was a photographer taking a picture. That wasn't the picture we needed to see on our end, or that we wanted the world to see at all. Somehow, Williams got wind of the photo and announced that she had big news coming on her syndicated radio show. And predictably, Bad Boy's team had to intervene to prevent the photo from spreading to the public. However, this picture wasn't the only thing that grated on Combs' nerves. You see, Williams shared a theory about Combs engaged in S activity with other men, and she received a photo of a man allegedly pulling Combs' shorts down while he was on vacation in Cancun. Well, this photo would have destroyed Combs' reputation at the time if the photo were to be leaked. So Combs' former bodyguard, Gene Deal, revealed that Combs got Williams fired from her job at Hot 97 before she could address the photo on the air.
Puff got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97 because she wanted to put up a picture of him getting his pants pulled down.
Not only that, Gene explained that Diddy used to have supreme power in LA at the time, and Wendy was also planning to interview Tupac in her radio show. And it doesn't take a genius to recognize that it would have been a disaster for the East Coast and West Coast feud. Gene reiterated the incident, saying, Combs told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not going to get any music from any of his friends, any of the record label's executives that was cool with him. Everyone was going to boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days. Before we landed back in New York, Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. It was over for her. She was fired. Williams addressed her ouster from the New York City area radio market in an interview with Vlad TV in 2013 while discussing gay acts in hip-hop. There was a radio personality, once upon a time, her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. Now, it's all come full circle. There were many situations back in my career, and it's all coming full circle. Although at the time, Wendy used to play with fire, her intuition about Diddy's S-pleasure was spot on. Even Jaguar Wright claimed that Wendy Williams was the first woman to ever speak up about Diddy's inhumane antics, when no one could even imagine something like that.
Shout out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs
To make matters worse, Wendy was also the one who pointed out the toxicity in Diddy's relationship with Cassie Ventura. She spilled the tea, claiming that during the filming of the film Honey 3, Cassie was avoiding Diddy, but allegedly, Diddy didn't want to leave her side at all. After the filming ended, Cassie allegedly broke things off with Diddy and disappeared. As a last resort, Diddy turned to social media portraying himself as heartbroken by posting along the lines of, "Anyone who saw Cassie should tell to listen to Michael Jackson's song, Lady in My Life, 100 times. Well, true to herself, Wendy was able to see through Diddy's facade of love and called him out on it. Not to mention, Jaguar revealed that everything that has been happening in Wendy Williams' life is Diddy's doing. Wendy also hinted at it in her book back in 2004, claiming that Diddy had put her through hell, but she has not hated him for it. However, to clear misunderstandings, she revealed that she had no intention of forgiving him as well. Williams also quipped that she didn't think Diddy would want to settle down, even when he reached the age range of 68 to 78 due to his party boy lifestyle. She claimed in a 2015 episode of her show, saying, "He'll pick a woman and settle down, but right now I don't think he will. I think he's leading this playboy lifestyle where he's got these women in his life, where he's got them hypnotized." 3. Williams' downfall. Sources suggest that since Williams made a mission to spill tea about the mogul, he has been waiting to strike Wendy where it hurts the most, and that would be by allegedly stealing away her wealth from under her nose. Recently, Wendy was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and progressive asphyxia. Although Wendy's medical history has always been spotty, but things have always been under the wraps, however, Wendy's family released a statement claiming that she was not of sound mind. They said, "As Wendy's fans are aware, in the past, she has been open with the public about her medical struggles with Graves' disease and lymphedema, as well as other significant challenges related to her health. Over the past few years, questions have been raised at times about Wendy's ability to process information, and many have speculated about Wendy's condition, particularly when she began to lose words, act erratically at times, and have difficulty understanding financial transactions." In 2023, after undergoing a battery of medical tests, Wendy was officially diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD. You see, Williams was a fixture of daytime TV for more than a decade, but she stepped away from The Wendy Williams Show in 2021 amid health issues, and since then, Williams has kept a low profile. Interestingly, this information was shared by the care team just before Wendy released her documentary named Where is Wendy Williams? Fans believe that this announcement was a way to disregard all of Wendy's remarks that were made on the documentary. But it had a reverse effect and painted a clear picture of the struggles Wendy had been facing. Since Wendy was in the industry for so many years, she had amassed a considerable amount of wealth. But before this particular announcement, Wells Fargo claimed that Wendy was not in her right mind, so they appointed a caretaker team for her. Wells Fargo claimed that Wendy's health was rapidly deteriorating, so she could be a victim to exploitation. But the caretaker team was not someone she could trust. In the documentary, Wendy claimed that the team had been exploiting her financially since their appointment. She alluded that Diddy had something to do with the team appointed to her. It was pretty suspicious that people tried to hide the financial guardian's identity, which was revealed after fans dug into it. Wendy claimed that once she started to ask questions about alleged unauthorized transactions, Lori Schiller, who was the financial advisor at the time, had no adequate answer. Wendy also claimed that the institution hired a lawyer to file a petition against her guardianship with her own American Express card without consultation. She even claimed that her private medical records were given to an unknown doctor, while she was allegedly left hanging for information. She alluded that this type of behavior is the telltale sign that someone powerful was supporting them from the shadows. In an affidavit to the New York Supreme Court, Williams stated that Wells Fargo improperly denied her access to her money, leading her to default or risk defaulting on several bills. She accused a Wells Fargo financial advisor of lying that she's mentally unstable as a basis to lock her out of her accounts. Despite the decision to terminate the advisor as a result of her improper conduct in relation to Wendy's accounts, Wells Fargo continued to deny access to her financial assets and statements. In addition to that, Williams released a graphic statement claiming Young improperly used her money, roughly $10,000, to hire a law firm to pursue guardianship over her. But Bernie Young Entertainment refused to respond to Wendy's claims. Wendy's lawyer revealed that she is doing really well after receiving treatment for Graves' disease and thyroid issues. He even suspects that it might be possible that someone has done something with Williams' money, and that the bank is attempting to hide something. Fans speculate that it is Diddy who has been extorting money from Wendy. Diddy's legal troubles have come full circle. You see, the rapper has faced a string of lawsuits starting when he was sued on November 16th last year by Cassandra Ventura, his former girlfriend, who alleged Combs aided her in 2018 and subjected her to a years-long mistreatment in relationship that included punching, kicking, and stomping on her and asserting complete control over her personal and professional life. However, Ventura's $30 million lawsuit against Combs was settled later that month for an undisclosed amount. Ventura claimed that she had chosen to resolve this matter amicably, while Combs' attorney asserted that the settlement was in no way an admission of wrongdoing and didn't change his denial of the allegations. Later in November, a woman named Joey Dickerson Neal alleged in a complaint that Combs gave her substances without her knowledge, essayed her, and secretly recorded the attack while she was a college student in 1991. Separately in the same month, an anonymous plaintiff accused Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall of Aring her and a friend in 1990 or 1991 after meeting at an MCA Records event in New York. Another suit, like that, was filed shortly before the expiration of a New York law temporarily allowing lawsuits for older attack allegations that would ordinarily be past the statute of limitations. However, this was not an end to Diddy's predicament. Combs was hit with another SA suit in December, accusing the rapper of giving her substances and participating in a gang R of the unnamed accuser in 2003, when the accuser was 17 years old. Fans believe that if people had paid heed to Wendy's claims, then many of the victims would have been spared. This is just all so sick. God be with all those that are finally talking. Although people have tried to warn about all this for years. How many people have to die, be attacked, or child T before certain people are taken down? That's it for today. See you at the next one. Goodbye.